All right, so in this video, we're going to work on some blending modes and take a look at some layer blending modes and layer options and working with opacity to really start compositing some things that will clean up our image. So let's take a look at the water inside our composition and see how we can fix some of this and really blend the scenes together and the layers together. Let's jump in and take a look. Okay, so here we are. And this is kind of where we left off. We had our golfers in our scene. And you can see that our water doesn't really blend very well. We've got this choppy waterfall going on down here. And then we've got this smooth water here. And we've got some smoke or haze, fog coming off of the mountain. So we need to fix this so it all looks correct. So to do that, let's start with this layer that I brought in, and it's currently set to normal on our blending mode. Now, if I turn this off, Control D to deselect, if I turn that off, that's actually by holding down Alt, you can actually see what I've got masked already. Come back here to select this. Now, let's come back here to our layers, channels, there we go, RGB. There we are. Let's come back here. So now we've got our layer selected. If I hold down Shift and delete that, you can see this is another layer of just waterfall that I downloaded, moved someplace, and kind of scaled it to fit into position. Now I held down Shift to delete, or excuse me, not delete, but deactivate my mask. I can hold down Shift to reactivate it. So now you can see it's there. Okay, I've already done my mask. So if you hold on Alt, there's my mask. Hold on Shift to remove the mask. I come back and grab my selection. You can see what's masked out. Okay, so now I'm going to just kind of Control click off of my composition to come back into normal view. So even at this point, it doesn't look like it blends very well. So let's take a look at some blending options. So what I'm going to do is let's take a look at up here in our blending modes. And I think it should be darker. So, whoop, wrong layer selected. Let's make sure we have our right layer. Go back here to, let's try, what I like to do with this one is maybe darker color. Because I feel like you still get some of that. Yeah, I don't know about darken. Let's go with darker color. So many different options you can choose from here. Yeah, we're gonna go with darker color. That seems to work well. It kind of blends nicely with the shadows. And we're gonna add another layer here. In this particular case, I've duplicated my mountain layer, duplicated it up, and then I isolated just the clouds. Again here, if I click on this one, I isolated just the clouds or just that haze on the backside of the mountain. So if I hold down Shift, select that, you can see that's the section that I isolated. If I bring that opacity up to 100% and change it to normal, that's what I isolated. Click off of here. So again, let's change the blending mode. So in this particular case, let's grab my layer and I'm going to bring that to a lighter linear light, which makes it nice and bright. So it's kind of opposite of what we did with the water. But then I'm also going to drop that opacity down. I just want a nice little haze going on. So 57. So maybe it's like a haze off the waterfall up on top. Maybe there's just a little bit of haze there. So it keeps with that haziness going on the other side of the composition. And then let's go ahead and refine that now that we've got everything else there. Make a nice soft brush, a large brush there. Let's go a little bit larger. Okay. Could probably go softer. Huge. Something like that. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. And then let's go ahead and add some more haze back in up here. It'd be hazier in the background than it would be in the foreground. something like that. And that's not bad. That's not bad. In fact, let's take a little bit more, keep refining it. All right, so using these tools and the rest of these tools that we've used so far, just the selection, the mask, the various selection options we have, the various masks, the paths and things that we have, I'm going to go ahead and finish this composition so that we can get into color matching every single layer so that they all look somewhat within the same, like they were taken at the same location and everything looks nice. So I'll see you in the next lesson.